Eala repeats over Vekic at Kooyong Classic. Manila, Philippines. Filipino tennis ace Alexandra Eala repeated over Donna Vekic, 6-3, 6-4, in an exhibition match at the Kooyong Classic in Melbourne, Australia on Wednesday. Eala first topped Vekic at the WTA 125 ASB Classic round of 32, 4-6, 6-4, 6-4, in New Zealand on January 6. It remembers wooden rackets and white dresses, the soft applause of a different era, and the quiet authority of champions who once walked its lawns. On this warm Melbourne afternoon, the grass remembered something else too, the sound of history repeating itself. Alexandra Eala stood at the baseline, toes brushing the worn green paint, racket held loosely in her left hand. Across the net, Donna Vekic adjusted her strings, eyes narrowed, posture proud. This was not their first meeting at the Kooyong Classic, and everyone watching knew it. Tennis crowds are educated that way. They sense patterns before they fully understand them. When the ball was tossed for the opening serve, the past and present met in mid-D, a beginning that felt familiar. From the first rally, there was a strange symmetry to the match. Eala's strokes carried the same fearless intent that had undone Vekic before. Clean, early, and unafraid of the lines. The grass rewarded her timing, skidding the ball low and fast, whispering encouragement as it rushed past Vekic's reach. Vekic, the more experienced player, tried to impose order. Her serve was heavier, her ground strokes deeper, shaped by years on tour and matches played under brighter lights. Yet there was a faint hesitation, as though she could hear the echo of their previous encounter. Every missed return felt louder than it should have been. Eala broke early. The crowd stirred, not loudly, but knowingly. Kooyong is a place where tennis is observed, not consumed. Polite applause followed brilliance. Silence followed tension. And tension was building fast. The shape of belief. What separated this match from a simple exhibition was belief. Eala played as if the result had already been imagined, and imagination, in sport, is often the first step toward reality. Her footwork was light, almost playful. She stepped inside the baseline to take Vekic's second serve Eala, redirecting it with angles that bent the geometry of the court. Each winner wasn't a statement of power, but of intent. I belong here. Vekic responded with professionalism. She extended rallies, tested Eala's patience, drew errors with height and depth. For a brief stretch, momentum shifted. The games tightened. Juice followed juice, and the crowd leaned forward, sensing a turning point. But just as in their previous meeting, Eala refused to retreat. A backhand down the line, clean, decisive, sealed the first set. The applause was warmer now, tinged with surprise and admiration. The grass, once again, had witnessed a pattern. Between sets, silence and storms. During the changeover, Vekic stared into the distance, towel draped over her shoulders. She wasn't unraveling, she was recalibrating. Champions don't panic. They adjust. Eala, meanwhile, bounced lightly on her toes, eyes scanning the stands before settling back on the court. For her, this wasn't about defending a past win. It was about proving it wasn't an accident. The second set began with intensity sharpened on both sides. Vekic raised her level, striking the ball earlier, stepping into returns, forcing Eala wider. Games grew longer. The rallies became physical, grass stains appearing on skates and socks, proof that this exhibition had transformed into a contest of pride. At 3-3, the match balanced on a knife's edge. The moment that broke it open, it came quietly. A long rally, 20 shots deep, ended not with a scream of effort but with a soft drop shot from Eala that barely cleared the net. Vekic sprinted forward, slid, reached, and missed. The crowd gasped. That point did more than win a game. It shifted the emotional center of the match. Vekic smiled ruefully, knowing she had been outthought rather than outhit. Eala walked back to the baseline without celebration, but her eyes burned brighter. The break followed. From there, the match moved quickly, like a story that had found its ending. Eala served with confidence, mixing pace and placement, refusing to offer rhythm. Vekic fought, as she always does, but the sense of inevitability had settled over Kooyong. On match point, Eala returned serve deep, stepped in, and finished with a forehand that kissed the sideline. Game. Set. Match. Again. Applause and aftermath. The applause this time was full and generous. Kooyong appreciates repetition when it carries meaning. This wasn't just a repeat win. It was confirmation. At the net, the players embraced briefly. Respect passed between them without words. Vekic, gracious in defeat, nodded as if acknowledging a truth she could no longer argue with. Eala smiled, youthful and composed, aware that moments like this don't define a career, but they can announce one. As the crowd filtered out, the grass returned to its quiet watchfulness. Soon, other matches would be played, other stories written. But this one would linger. Because Kooyong had seen it twice now. It had seen Alexandra Eala stand tall against a seasoned opponent, not with noise or bravado, but with clarity, courage, and control. And in a sport obsessed with what comes next, repetition can sometimes be the loudest signal of all.